MLB rest of season, playoff, and World Series predictions. American League East. Number 5 in the AL East, the Tampa Bay Rays. I have them finishing with a record of 75 and 87. Number 4 in the AL East, the New York Yankees. I have them finishing with a record of 83 and 79. Number 3 in the AL East, the Baltimore Orioles. I have them finishing with a record of 89 and 73. Second in the AL East, I have the Boston Red Sox finishing with a record of 90 and 72. First in the AL East, the winners of the division, the Toronto Blue Jays. I have them finishing with a record of 92 and 70. American League Central. In 5th place in the AL Central, I have the Minnesota Twins finishing with a record of 60 and 102. In 4th place in the AL Central, I have the Chicago White Sox finishing with a record of 78 and 84. In 3rd place in the AL Central, I have the Detroit Tigers finishing with a record of 84 and 78. 2nd place in the AL Central, I have the Kansas City Royals finishing with a record of 87 and 75. In 1st place in the division winners of the AL Central, the Cleveland Indians finish with a record of 92 and 70. The American League West. In 5th place in the AL West, I have the Oakland Athletics finishing with a record of 70 and 92. In 4th place in the AL West, I have the Los Angeles Angels finishing with a record of 72 and 90. In 3rd place in the AL West, I have the Seattle Mariners finishing with a record of 82 and 80. In 2nd place in the AL West, I have the Houston Astros finishing with a record of 83 and 79. In 1st place in the AL West, I have the Texas Rangers finishing with a record of 98 and 64. The National League East. In 5th place in the NL East, I have the Atlanta Braves finishing with a record of 62 and 100. 4th place in the NL East, I have the Philadelphia Phillies finishing with a record of 69 and 93. 3rd place in the NL East, I have the Miami Marlins finishing with a record of 85 and 70. 2nd place in the NL East, I have the New York Mets finishing with a record of 86 and 76. And the division winner of the NL East based on my predictions, the Washington Nationals. I have them finishing with a record of 93 and 69. National League Central. Sadly, in 5th place of the NL Central, I have the Cincinnati Reds finishing with a record of 68 and 94. In 4th place in the NL Central, I have the Milwaukee Brewers finishing with a record of 73 and 89. In 3rd place in the NL Central, I have the Pittsburgh Pirates finishing with a record of 79 and 83. 2nd in the NL Central, I have the St. Louis Cardinals finishing with a record of 86 and 76. In 1st place in the NL Central, I have the Chicago Cubs finishing with a record of 162 and winning the division. National League West. In 5th place in the NL West, I have the San Diego Padres finishing with a record of 72 and 90. In 4th place in the NL West, I have the Arizona Diamondbacks finishing with a record of 79 and 83. 3rd place in the NL West, I have the Colorado Rockies finishing with a record of 79 and 83. In 2nd place in the NL West, I have the Los Angeles Dodgers finishing with a record of 90 and 72. 1st place in the division winner of the NL West, I have the San Francisco Giants going 97 and 65. The MLB playoffs. In the AL wildcard game, the Boston Red Sox defeat the Baltimore Orioles to move on to play the Texas Rangers in the 2nd round. In the 2nd round of the AL playoffs, the 3-seed Toronto Blue Jays play the 2-seed Cleveland Indians. I predict the Blue Jays win the series 3-2 against the Indians. In the AL East playoffs, I have the Texas Rangers, the 1-seed Texas Rangers, defeating the 4-seed Boston Red Sox 3-2. American League Conference Finals, I have the Texas Rangers defeating the Toronto Blue Jays 4-2 to move on to the World Series. National League wildcard game, I have the New York Mets stunning the Los Angeles Dodgers in LA to move on to the 2nd round. In the National League semifinals, I have the 3-seed Washington Nationals taking on the 2-seed San Francisco Giants. I have the Giants advancing 3 games. In the National League semifinals, I have the 1-seed Chicago Cubs taking on the 4-seed New York Mets. This is going to be a close series, but I have the Cubs pulling it out 3-2. In the National League Conference Finals, I have the Chicago Cubs falling to the San Francisco Giants 4-3 with the Cubs curse. This time for the World Series. In the World Series, I have the Texas Rangers defeating the San Francisco Giants 4-2 to win the World Series. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.